Hello, all. This is episode should be 5 of the CPL podcast. So this is going to be a solo episode. Um, yeah, so no special guest. It's just going to be me, Shrimp. But I hope you guys still enjoy. This episode is just going to be about what all the league updates. We had a few leaders, and we're planning on some stuff, of course. Might get into some personal stuff. Well, not that personal, but like on other leagues and stuff. And also maybe talk about just miscellaneous things towards the end, like maybe the Cowboys and like other sports teams I follow, and older stuff like that. So to start it off with, we're gonna talk about some of the league updates and some of the new members that have joined and some of the things we might be planning in the near future. So we got four new gym leaders over the past few days, and I'm probably gonna explain them right now and who runs the gym. So we have the Letters Gym, and it's run by Ty, or some of you might know him as Ty the Guy 004. A great YouTuber, a great draft league YouTuber in my mind. Of course, he's still a youngin in this thing. I think he said that he's only played a few draft leagues and stuff, and I think he's just like a newer player overall, but he's still a great dude and a great player. So as you can imagine, the letters gym is just that, right? You choose a letter. Well, he has a few different teams that I think, and so the clause or like the rules here is that you have to use all the mons that have the same letter. So for example, if you choose S, you can't use Tyranitar. You have to use like Staraptor, Suicune. Man, I'm blanking on all the S named Pokemon right now. But he has different rules. I mean, some different rules, right? Like you can only have one OU that's classified in that Dex. Um, and you can only have one per team, so you can't run like let's see here, you can't run Garchomp and Golden Go, for example. And then no gimmicks, right? So no Megas, no G-Max, no Steam moves either. So just standard Pokemon. And you can't, and of course, like Species Clause, no Baton Passing, no Oko moves, and then you can rematch it every 6 hours, which I think that's a fair time frame. So yeah, we have that gym by a great friend, Ty. Then we have the mythical gym. It's still, I mean, it's gonna be open soon. Um, Basically, Jim says hi or hey. Oh my goodness, not hey, hi. He's just been very busy, and he hasn't been able to play. To I guess fully set it up, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty self-explanatory. You can only use mythical, so like Mew, Celebi, Victini, Jirachi. I imagine it's gonna be Natex, OU. It could be Ubers though, and you can maybe run like Marshadow as well with maybe Deoxys. And you'll have to clarify on that later. But uh, so I can't speak too much. I know Jim, of course, he cooks up like I've had the pleasure of trying to help him, but he just honestly he's a good team builder. Even though I think he also is fairly young in this draft league thing, but he is learning pretty quickly, and I'm proud of him for that, of course. Um, then we have the no holds barred gym. So it's basically like what's it called? An Uber's an Uber slash like anything goes uh, uh gym, right? So you can bring like these crazy box legendaries and just run powerful stuff. Like I'm really blanking out here. Like Palkia, right? It's a great. Well, it's not that great example, but like can run like Seishin. I think it's also anything goes. You could run like Mega Rayquaza. You could run just a lot of like busted stuff, but you're only limited to three. And so there's a best of three gym. We have a few of those. Um, the 1v1 gym is a best of seven, but 1v1 games are really fast. But after every game, the person that loses can decide which game they can remove. So, for example, you can get rid of, like, let's say your opponent beat you with what's it called? I don't know, like uh like a I was gonna say like a Dynamax Ho-Ho with like max airstream. And you can be like salty, or you can be like, I had no answer for it, so you can say I want to ban Dynamax. Or same goes for Seamoose, Megas, and Terra. I haven't. He's only got and the oh my goodness, I forgot to mention this, but the leader is Prince of Underground, or as his I guess like his normal Discord username is Little Cream. So I've been talking to him for a bit. I want to say like a month now. Uh, he's a good guy. I haven't paid too closely to his games. Really tell you like, oh yeah, he's like the best battle we've ever seen. But he's a chill dude, and if you are into playing like higher power meta games and stuff, this could be a gym for you. Uh, and and the newest gym, which just opened, like literally like 7 hours. Oh my goodness! I'm sorry for the burping, which happened. You can say 7 hours ago, because I'm recording this at 8 a.m. Gonna cut it real close with uploading it in my normal like 10:30 time frame, but hopefully I still can. I won't be. Hopefully, I won't be rambling for too long, and I can just like edit this down and stuff. But yeah, like literally, you could say like 7 hours ago, 'cause, this challenger asked me to make him a gym. Oh, I forgot to make him a gym leader. Ooh. Let me just fix that right now. But yeah, he asked me, "Oh, I have an idea for a gym. Could you potentially make that happen?" I'm like, "Of course. All you have to do is ask, and you'll easily get a gym." Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, even if it was just like a standard, like, "Oh, this is the OU gym," that's fine. Variety is spice of life, after all. But he told me, "Hey, I have this idea for this gym. 1 a.m. my time," which like I said, mentioned previously, it's 8:30 right now. And he said, "Yeah, I got like the idea for it, and I got it all down." I was like, "Okay, that's awesome." So well, actually, I don't know if the gender. Oh no, it's he had. But he said, "Well, I got an idea." So I was like, "Hey, just cook it up, man." And the last time I heard from him before I went to sleep was 1:30 a.m. But he now got it all set up. He has it all set up, and it's all about using weak Pokemon for yeah, just really weak Pokemon, quote unquote. There's no weak Pokemon, as Karen would once say. But what's it called? Um, yeah, like so you use Mons to have a BST of 500 or under, and then Megas are basically the same stuff but under 600. So you can't use something like I don't know Mega Garchomp. I don't know what other good like Megas are there. I don't know how many Megas do not fit under that. To be honest with you. Oh, like yeah, you can't use like Mega Gyarados, or I don't think you can use Mega Hair. Oh yeah, you cannot use Mega because there's also stipulations on that. So like even if the Megas are under 600 base that total, they can't have a stat that's over 150. So like for example, you can't use Mega Heracross because it has 185 attack. You can use Mega Pinsir. You couldn't use man, there's not that many good examples here. This is just kind of rough. There's really not that many megas just in general, really. Uh, Let me look at the. Well, this is so. Yeah, it's a fairly new gym, so I'm sorry about this. Yeah, there's not that many crazy things you can't use. You can use most of the megas. As I thought most of them had more min max stats. Not really though. I guess you can't use Mega Latios. But oh no, you couldn't use it if you wanted to. Please. Uh, I guess no, you could use Mega Beedrill because it's equal to 150. It has 150 attack. Huh. Oh yeah, you can use like Bayonet then. That's a good example. Even though it's under the 600 base stat total of Mega. Yeah, those are four gyms. We had another one, but there's some personal things that happen, and that's fine. Uh, you're not the thing here is like this is just for fun, right? And you're not obligated to stay here. So if you want to stop being a gym leader anytime, you can tell us, and we'll try to archive or your gym room so just like the mods can see it or delete it, and we'll take away your roles. Like no harm foul, no harm found right here. I understand everything. Because that's life happens. You can get burned out and stuff, and it would be unfair for us to just like keep you around when you're clearly unhappy or you don't have like a time commitment, right? Like you can be really busy for the month, and you can say, hey, maybe I don't want to be a what's it called, a gym leader this week, and that's fine. Or like this month, and you can get it back later. Uh, So I think that's most of the gym leader news. I could be mistaken. Uh, Also, I mean, we've been getting a lot of challenges, like battles, and I think that's really cool. It's also really fun. Uh, because I mean, sometimes it's kind of hard to schedule because well, people have their lives, and it's just a thing like that. But uh, when you do see, it's really cool to see people have fun with it. We might. I might try to implement like street or something. Like if you beat a leader twice or three times, you get this like awesome like symbol or roll. Maybe like draw up a badge for it. Uh, which I think could be cool. And I mean, I guess there's really no reason to re-challenge gym leaders once you beat them. And I guess speaking on like gym leaders and like trying to beat them, we will announce an Elite Four. I think mostly it's gonna be just gym leaders doing it because it's kind of hard to find people with time commitments. Maybe I might open up a gym and become like I still have the role of champion, but I don't know. We haven't that hasn't come into play a lot. Oh thank goodness, I'm sorry. Um, uh, Because yeah, we don't even have an official like Elite Four right now. 'Cause we I wouldn't say rebranded, but we changed up things for the gym challenge. That's why it's a new gym challenge after all. Um, but yeah, we might give an update on that pretty soon. Um, I I think but like just how the league is. Ooh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, I had to uh burp, I guess. um, yeah, just how the league is going. It's going in a pretty great direction. I'm liking it. I'm loving it, actually. Some might say. It's just been a fun time. You know, I think still the gym that most people enjoy the most is the RNG gym. Ty, well maybe not Ty because he's challenged it a bit. He's even made a YouTube video which I might link. I might probably link. He's made two on the link so far, and it's just cool to see him make videos for our league as well. It's awesome. And he's just a pretty swell dude too. There's a lot of love for all the active members and even all the non-active members, right? Like even if you say hi like every a week or so or like a month, we still love you here in the CPL and we just like hearing from you. Uh, yeah, and you can always pop on by and like talk. We won't be we will always open with open arms. Everybody will Man, I'm stuttering a little bit. I'm sorry about that, guys, if you're listening. But yeah, it's just been a good thing. I might try to do like a timestamp thing if you want to skip over like the league related stuff. But I think also yeah, we're planning on some events. I'm trying to finish Pokemon Jeopardy, and I've been saying that for like forever to some people, but yeah, hopefully soon. Um, it's gonna be done. I've just been trying to um do other stuff, trying to uh 'cause I don't know some people might not know this, but I think I make it pretty clear. I write poetry, and I draw some stuff every week. I also release a poem every day. So it can be kind of not a hassle. I like doing it. I promised myself I was going to do it for the whole year, and I've kept to that promise, thankfully enough. So I'm glad to say that. But yeah, sometimes that kind of takes priority over anything fun, quote unquote. I guess quote unquote fun, because I like doing art and stuff. But that's besides the point. I guess more like a thing that would bring more people joy, right? Like I think Pokemon Jeopardy is super fun. Everyone I've played with and hosted with, well, yeah, right. Everyone that's got to experience it would be better, I guess. Has enjoyed it a ton, and I think that you could say that, oh, that brings more joy to people, and I am gonna do it. I'm also trying to work on some like Hunger Games sim stuff, which is pretty cool. I think not too many people have checked it out. But, like the few people I showed recently is have liked it a ton. So I can't complain about that too much. 'Cause that was my original pet project where I just put like ungodly amount of hours into it, like the first few months. Like I've been technically working on it for over a year now. It's gonna be 2 years in a few months. I started it on March of 2022. So I have like 1,000 custom events. I add a new roster every so often. It's just a cool stuff. If you haven't checked out the Hunger Games sim, I would gladly I could add some people you guys like and stuff, and we could just go. I can read it to you basically. That's just basically what it is. It's like a chill vibe type of thing, and where you can screenshot funny events and stuff, which I think a lot of people tend to enjoy. I could be wrong. I don't know. Some people can say things to save face, but it's a great time, and you guys should try to whenever possible, let me do that. Or even like, if you're really interested, I can share the link with you guys when you pop on by. Are you curious about this? I think it's fun. It's just I don't know. It's been a thing, a passion project that I've always wanted to get into. Especially I don't know if you guys remember with like all the crazy Hunger Games sim YouTube videos that used to happen. I want to say like in like 5 years ago now, like 2018, which is kind of crazy to say out loud, right? In 2023. But yeah, I mean that's just the way that things go. But because of like the pretty active um spark, I guess, of the community lately, we might make an event. I don't know what the prize would be. Um, that would be a good question. Maybe a roll. a funny role like we had with this might be only for like really OG CPL members, but we had a Deli Doubles event, and there's a custom role called Deli Doubles Winners or Winner, I guess, because only one person won. So we might do a custom role. Maybe I might draw you something or like a logo or something. That could be cool. Just gonna put it out there and just maybe have fun with it. We've been thinking about a few events to run. Uh, the last one we try to run was kind of a I wouldn't say a disaster, but it didn't go too well. Mostly because uh we got too sidetracked on what was classified as a punk waifu maybe. Some people had a different opinion about that, and we took so long to do the tier list that like it wasn't even that points ranks. I guess some waifu monsters are better than others. Sadly, it's the case, right? Uh, but yeah, hopefully we'll have a fun event out there. Try to promote it a bit more, or try to promote it out there. Try to get more people into it, and hopefully just because man, I love making events. I love hosting them. I love playing in them whenever possible, and I love the Deli Double format. Like the meta just evolves so quickly. And it's just super awesome. Um, and that's just like a great time, right? I think. Um, so let's see here. I think that's all bases covered. I wanna address with the CPL for new gym leaders. That's like amazing. I couldn't even like think about that like a while ago, which is crazy to say. Let's see here. Uh, yeah, new events coming. Hopefully more Hunger Games events gonna be added soon. Um, and then Pokemon Jeopardy, the third one, finally gonna come out. I want to say in like a few days. And and Elite Four and Champion. I might still be Champion. I don't know. Things like updates will be coming out soonish, maybe within next month, hopefully. I guess like yeah, well, it's next month. It's like in 2 days, right? So let's see. So that's all the league stuff covered roughly. Um, let me just put like a reminder or something. Um, but yeah, let's talk about a pretty cool personal thing that was offered to me by a good partner in crime, so you say. Um, so as some of you might know, Bosch or or Byron, it depends on on who I guess who's cool with my boy or the our partner, the owner or one of our partner leagues, the SGPL, which if you guys like draft and stuff, you guys should definitely check it out. But he gave me a pretty big honor of making so they do weekly awards every week. And that's just like something that it could be something you could kind of see as like a sports note version of the week within the division. And he asked me, "Hey, are you okay with doing it for the last few weeks of the season? Because I think there's only 5 more weeks left, including playoffs." I was like, "Sure, I love writing." I don't know how many people might know this, but when the CPL had had their um draft league, right, when we ran it, uh, I used to do power rankings every week, and those I think were a little bit those were a little bit too much for every week. But the way that the SGBL and all the council members have it, I think it's a lot better way and like more healthy for you. Because I used to do like full on like sports team write ups on every single team. Even after like it's kind of hard to do that after a while when the team is winning. How can I just say, oh, this busted mon keeps on killing everything and make it entertaining? But with how they have it formatted, like they have the standings, the month of the week, usually the game of the week, and maybe you can add a little bit something different from that. Maybe like oh my goodness, sorry. Maybe like the set of the week, the item of the week, just like talk about different teams like that. Let's see. And then you can just, sprinkle in some funny and cool gifs of the mon you're talking about, which is never bad. Um, and it's just pretty engaging that way. And it's just pretty cool to see how, um, yeah, like you can just get so much from a little paragraph here and there. So, I thank Bosch for trusting with this. I'm hopefully have them all finished up and written up soon. Probably send him like a rough draft version of it. Probably it's tomorrow, early tomorrow, early-ish tomorrow, I guess. I'm not used to waking up this early. I wake up like at 11. But I try to wake up earlier today. Try to pump out a pod episode. Um, but yeah, I mean that's just a pretty cool personal opportunity for me, and I won't let him down. I won't let the SGPL league down. Well, I guess the SGPL league is kind of redundant, right? Because the L stands for league. Huh. But yeah, I mean, and even then, okay, but like, finished talking about the weekly awards thing. Kind of excited because I joined another league, um, which is from one of my I want to say my good buddies. I don't know I don't know if he would say the same, but from Ty, he invited me for season 2 of his league, and I'm pretty excited for that. It's the FIWBL league. I'm hopefully some people will understand what that means. Like I didn't know what that means until I don't know if you guys know her, but Eve told me what it meant. It's like that makes sense. I would say it, but I'd say the what's it called the the PG version, which is F it We Ball League, which I think that's pretty funny. But yeah, I think I have a pretty solid team. I guess I could kind of go over that right now. I might as well. I'm already open up the doc. But yeah, I so my team consists of one of my favorite Pokemons of all time, Celesteela. Celesteela. I just gained a love for that mon when I had my gym, my flying type gym from oh man, like long long ago. I think it's like over a year old now, but yeah, I've loved Steela since that day, and I'm glad I was able to draft him in my first round pick. Then we have Excalibur, just crazy mon. I haven't really had chance to use it because I've been slacking on laddering and stuff. I don't even think I've played an OU a Gen 8 OU game like I mean Gen 9 like ever. Yeah, I'm still a good player though, right? So I want to say. Then I got Sarud, one of my favorite grass types. That's pretty versatile mon. You can run Scarf, you can run Bulk Up. Hey, that's pretty versatile for me. No, but I love its speed tier 105. It's awesome. I love its design. Could buy some mythical Pokemon, which I don't think it has like the vibe of a mythical Pokemon, but it's basically like a better Celebi without Stealth Rock, right? I think is the best way to put it. So I'm happy to be able to use Sabrood. I think this is like second or third time using it in draft, so I'm excited for that. I know it's a powerful mon. Tapu Fini. What can I say? It's Tapu Fini. It's like crazy mon. It's good. It's great even. Uh, there's a lot of good sets out there. You can run bulky either side. Right, of course. run Surf, you can run Scarf, you can run like offensive minded. And that's just cool. Then I drafted Entei. I just wanted a good fire type. Well, good is very it's very much for Entei, I think, but I still like Entei. It's a good mod. I like it for the extreme speeds. Because having like priority control, I guess, is really good. Having more priority never hurts. Oh, I guess unless you're going against like I don't know, a Tapu Lele. I don't think no one drafted a Tapu Lele though. I'm pretty sure no one did. Yeah, okay, but that's a little bit besides the point. Actually, I can check right now. Now that I'm here. Oh wow, somebody did. Huh. Wow. And it was. I'm pretty sure that's Ashen. Huh. Cool stuff though. Okay. Sorry about getting sidetracked here. And there's a lot of powerful teams, but yeah. Uh, Entei and more priority, never bad. You could run like bulky sets. You can run physical sets. Choice band is never bad. Choice scarf's never bad. Has good coverage. Um, then I drafted for Rigor. I I love its design. I haven't really had a chance to use it, right? Because I don't play ladder much. And like even my favorite ladders, right, which are like lower tiers, usually like UU, and you. I haven't had a chance really to play with in there because been busy other stuff. Oh, and also I kind of forgot to mention this, but the reason why I was kind of MIA, at least with the podcast, July was because July is just it's a birthday month for my family, and so it was mine, and like my three sisters and a few nieces and nephews. And that's just it's crazy to say out loud, right? In just 1 month, 6 people have their birthday. It's all condensed like the first 3 weeks almost. Well, mine's 23rd. I guess you can say it's 3 weeks because my sister's the second. Oh, but yeah, but yeah. For Rigorath though, I was saying, it's a cool one. It gets access to a lot of cool moves and nat decks. And also it has priority control, right? Which was something I was mentioning. Which I mean, you gotta have that, I think, with some of the demons running around here, like Dark Terra, King Gambit. Like, come on, man! Like, what am I supposed to do there? But yeah, um, I have a few crazy sets in mind too, which I can't wait to bust out one of these weeks. But then we have one of oh my goodness, actually, did I forget? Oh no, yeah, Ferdinand is also one of my Terra captains. So for this league, anything that's worth under 14 points, you can have a Terra. You're limited to 2 Terra captains, but only one, and also one Terra type. So my Fergaraf is one of my Terra captains, and it is its type is fairy. Then we have one of my favorite mons. I know I say this like literally about every mon I've drafted so far, seemingly, but yeah, like in Rock Dust. It's just a demon. It's my second Terra captain with Terra fighting, and man, just imagine choice banded Terra fighting close combats with tough claws. Like, come on, what's gonna survive that? And I would say fighting has a better like utility and stuff, but and it has a cell rock. It's a strong mon. I like strong mon. What can I say? Um, we don't play that 30 stall here. Just mind my like 2 stall mons that I have. But yeah, it's strong. It's a strong Pokemon, and I can't wait to use it again. I drafted it once. I think I did pretty good that season. I could be mistaken or not. I think I do pretty good every season, right? I don't think I've had a losing record yet. I think I did once, but I was like 4-6, and like the team was like 0-3, man. But yeah, it's just a good time. I like Black and Rock. It's a great mon. Good, very good design too. But yeah, so it has some. It's pretty one dimensional though. Of course, I guess you can do a suicide lead. I think it has more value than that in draft. But maybe I can pop out a funny set one of these days. Then we have Scolipede, which the big kicker here is it has access to speed boost. So it can be kind of like an annoying support mon with spikes and stuff, or it can just be a straight out what's it called? Oh no, I'm really blanking on this. I'm sorry. Cleanup sweeper. It's sword stance and great coverage it has. This was my one of my other picks to be Terra. I was thinking maybe like I don't know, like Terra Ground, maybe like Terra Bug, right? Imagine like the strong mega horns and stuff. Maybe like Terra Water, right? I might change it. I think you get to change Terra twice. I could be mistaken, but yeah. Then we had got Houndstone. I just like it because it was super cheap. It was 3 points, and there's a few fun sets you can run. No last respects, of course. If that was the case, it would be a lot higher. But yeah, it has what you call it? I Fluffy is good enough. I could run Manual Sand one of these days. 'Cause, I guess spoiler alert, I don't have a sand stream on. But yeah, I mean, I think it has a lot of good utility. Great bulk. It's access to body press. I like body press as a move. It's like defense turns into offense, like in like the most literal form. And yeah, Hearthstone just has a cool stuff. Has more priority with Shadows League, of course. And yeah, uh, but then my next pick is one of the picks. If you know me, and if you know Celestine is like one of my top three favorite mons, then you probably heard me rant about how Mr. Mime Galar is like my second favorite mon of all time, which is crazy to say. And I just love the little goofy fella and like Mr. Mime. Yeah, that's the next mon I drafted. It has utility with rapid spin. It's pretty decently strong. It's not the strongest thing, but for like a 3 point pickup, it does the job well. I love Healing Wish. That's a great support move. Not everything gets. Uh, I might be mistaken. It gets other cool support moves. Let me see here. I might be. Oh yeah, I guess like Trick Room, Thunder Wave, uh, a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff. I like running. I'm gonna probably try to run a funny set. Yeah, like it's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be funny, but that's just how it can be sometimes, though. One of these days I'm gonna bust out a physical Galar Mr. Mime. It's gonna be funny. And then my next pick was it was Bolton originally. I like speed tier, and I had no electric type, but I think that's always good to have, right? But uh, I thought about it more, and I was like, well, I need another rocker. Having another rocker is always good, and I think I have enough. Uh, what's it called? Password removal. Oh my goodness, I was blanking on that for a bit. I'm sorry, guys. But I was like, yeah, I just need another rocker. I don't need electric type. Not gonna do too much. I was like, what's a funny stealth rocker? Primate. So I chose Primate. It has like a few cool sets though, I think. Technically, as I say, oh, it has bad special attack, but I was looking at the stats of Annihilate, and it technically has better special attack than him. I might who knows, maybe one of these days I might bust out a special Primate with my physical doctor. My goodness, doctor. Man, he's not a doctor, but Mr. Ryan. I mean, Mr. Mime Galar. My goodness, this morning brain is killing me. But yeah, that's the rundown on one of my draft leagues I joined. I'm not gonna join like 10 draft leagues like I did when I was younger, but younger as in being like I don't know, like a year ago. But yeah, that's it. So I kind of want to talk about mm, what's it called? Um, Anybody that knows me, right, knows that I love the Cowboys, right? I love anything to do with Dallas sports. Um, I'm a big fan of the Mavericks, of course, the Cowboys. I watch the Stars here and there. I know about Dallas FC. I don't support the MLS that like that though. More of a Liga MX type of guy. And I think there's another team in Dallas. I'm just forgetting. I didn't see the Arlington Renegades. They play. I didn't keep going too much with the XFL though. They did win it though, so maybe some people might say, oh, they won a championship in Arlington versus the Cowboys. That's not wrong, right? But that'd be too hard to do. Yeah, I mean, I've loved the season for both Dallas teams, really. But I guess I'll talk about the Cowboys first because, well, I know Byron especially likes busting my chops about it sometimes. Uh, sometimes some people might say Dak's not top 10, but I just wonder what they're smoking because I mean he's clearly shown that he's had that level multiple times. Um, and, some people might say, well, he's a regular season quarterback or whatever that means. But if you look at the stats and I think it's also like the situation and context. You see that he's performed pretty well in the playoffs. One of my favorite things, actually, one of the things I bring up the most is that wins really don't matter to a quarterback that much because it's a team game. Of course, there's some quarterbacks that think you can win games more often. Like, of course, if you switch out Patrick Mahomes for Sam Darnold, they're not winning the Super Bowl by like no means. But I think it kind of gets overvalued a bit. Wins and quarterbacks value. Because look, I love Joey Burrow. I love him. And he's a great player. He seems like a really awesome football dude. But like, if you really if you just take away the win loss and like you you compare his stats to somebody that people consider average or bad, like I don't know, like Kirk Cousins for example, you see their numbers and you're like, these numbers are a lot worse. Like what? Are they're very similar. Like for example, Kirk only has 6 yards per game, but he has 0.35 more touchdowns and up and point 0.1 less turnovers per game than Joey. But then you see that that Kirk has only scored what's it called 20 points per game, and Joey's Bengals have scored 22 points per game. Which that's not always a touchdown thing, right? Because technically speaking, Kirk has more touchdowns per game, but maybe like he's had worse kickers, maybe he's had this and that, right? There's context missing that even from this stats, right? But the biggest thing here is Kirk Cousins' defenses have allowed 28 points per game. Well, Joey Burrows has only allowed 18 points per game. And that's just like, not like an all be all thing. I know. You're telling me that the other team won't score in the fourth quarter and my kicker can help me get in there, then of course. And, defensive turnovers force. And just, what is it? You got 3 games from this season. In 7 games, they basically force 2 turnovers per game almost. Right? They have like, everybody says, oh, well, the sack, right? The 7-9 sack game against Tennessee, that was impressive. Like, yeah, but Tannehill threw 3 interceptions. Like, I'd rather get sacked 9 times and throw 3 picks. Even though that game, I think that was the only good game of Joey Burrow. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but yeah, yeah, that was the only good game he has ever had in the playoffs. That wasn't average to mid. Dude, man, that game was crazy though. He really had like a 75% completion rate and like 300 yards. But like in other games, like he barely has like 200 yards, like 40% completion rate. Like they still win it because, well, the defense like legit doesn't allow points. Or like they get turnovers. Or like they literally put them in a great position. Like, um, it's like, even with like Tom Brady, for instance, if you see when his defense play bad, then of course he's gonna lose. But because he's had great defenses most of his career, Tom had great stats in the playoffs, most most particularly. And like, that's the kind of the thing, right? Like a lot of context is missing from when you just say, "Oh, a quarterback is good because they can win in the playoffs." It's like, no, you just can't really say that because there's context missing, right? Like, that's like being disingenuous with everything. Personally, that's like saying, I don't know, this kind of is the same, but it's kind of not. It's like, oh yeah, a running back is only as good as its like touchdown total. It's like, no, that's like saying Jamal Williams had a better year than, I don't know, like Saquon or I don't know, like Christian McCaffrey. Like, we know that those guys are better than Jamal Williams. Like, it does not correlate with stuff. And I think it's sort of not unfair, but I guess it's sort of like that, where people put certain players in categories, and that's fine, right? Like you can say Joey Burrow's second is quarterback two, that's fine. But like they don't treat him as hardly as people treat like previous quarterback twos. Like I know early success and stuff, but like let's say Peyton Manning, right after his like rookie season woes, he was a darn good quarterback. Like like I want to say like his third season or so, you kind of say, oh well, he's quarterback too. But people critiqued him so heavily. But like I think like Joey doesn't get critiqued at all. Maybe it's still like new player syndrome, right? And that's the thing. But like he scored zero fourth quarter touchdowns ever in the playoffs. Uh, like like at one point or the other, you have to be hard on him. It's not like I've heard people say, well, he has a bad defense. Like, no, he doesn't. I'd rather have a defense that steps up in the playoffs and like than one that doesn't. Like, it's quite simple. Like, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. But like, or they say, well, he saved the Bengals franchise. Like, well, that's like saying that Tom Brady saved the Bucks franchise. Like, they have, or we're going to have good pieces in play, no matter if Tom went there, if Joey went there, right? I mean, you could say, well, I do think personally, right, that he, what's it called? Made them push. Like it would have been a lot different if if they didn't have him to start off with. And like, I don't know. Who was another quarterback that was in the Joey Burrow class? I'm blanking right now, but yeah, like it would be a lot different than that, right? But just think about it like this though. Like what quarterback wouldn't succeed with a defense that allows 18 points per game in the playoffs, shuts down the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead all throughout the fourth quarter in the AFC Championship two seasons ago, or like one season. I don't know if you want to count. It depends, right? But yeah, like in 2021. Oh no, I guess 2022. Yeah, my bad. Oops. Um, yeah, like in the 2022 playoffs, they shut out the Chiefs in the second half. They got a pick when the Chiefs got the ball, started the overtime. Like, and then you telling me, oh, that he also has the best wide receiver core in the league. Like, come on, Tyler Boyd would be like a wide receiver two in most franchises, right? Of course, Shamar Chase would be wide receiver one in like all but like 26 or 27 franchises or other franchises. And then like T Higgins would literally be like a wide receiver one in like half of the league. Like that's a great wide receiver core. Uh, Everyone says, well, O line, but the Patrick Mahomes kind of didn't have a great O line for a bit, but he managed not because, well, of course, Patrick Mahomes is just a different animal, but there's quarterbacks that can handle pressure differently. That like even with a bad O line, they don't get sacked as much because they know how to get rid of the ball. They know how to, well, they kind of know what to expect. So if like the easy check down pass is not open, well, they just throw it away, and that's fine. It's a thing that takes skill, but and time, but you gotta realize that too. Uh, but yeah, but the Joey Burrow rant aside, um, I like the Cowboys offseason because well, we got good rookies. I like Mossy. I like Overshown. I don't like not Witherspoon. I don't know. It's something Spoon though. Like the 26-year-old rookie. They might not like the tight end man. But, I did see that he got injured, and I wish him well though. I don't understand when people clearly just hate a player right away, but they've done nothing really. Like especially a rookie, it's like he may be like a 30-year-old rookie, but I'm still trying to support him and of course the team and wish him well. And I hope he does awesome. Um, I do not know his name though. What is his last name? Research him. And then like a few other stuff, right? Like I love the fullback. Um, they picked up in undrafted free agency. I know Mike McCarthy kind of likes uh using the fullbacks. I'm hoping he gets a bit of run. I've heard he's really great. Luke Spoonmaker. Yeah, that's his name. But yeah, hopefully he recovers up. Has a good rookie season. Even though I'm always gonna be a Jake Ferguson guy. I just think man is awesome. I know it gets kind of thrown around a lot by some people or like some media. But even Travis Kelce said this, so I'm taking his word. But yeah, Travis Kelce said that he sees himself, Jake Ferguson. So hopefully that means there's even if he's half as good as Travis, man, that'd be awesome. But yeah, like talking about like the acquisitions or acquisitions. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Um, it was Stephon Gilmore, right? You can pair him up with the top 10 cornerback easily, in my opinion. In Trev and I always say Trevor Diggs because of the meme, but Trevon Diggs, right? So you have a top 10 cornerback that just got, you know, like maybe a top 20, top 15 cornerback last season. He's probably gonna regress a little, right? Because he's older. A lot of people forget, mostly because the Colts were pretty bad, but Uh, Stephon Gilmore won them some games. The biggest one that comes to mind is the Broncos versus Colts game. I've never noticed like the worst game of all time. But yeah, he had like a pretty good interception against Russ that basically won them the game that everybody kind of forgot about. Which man, oh yeah, everybody forgot about that game. It was not fun. It's like one of the worst. It wasn't even like a good like defensive game. Like I know everybody hates the Rams and Patriots Super Bowl, but I think that was a fun defensive game. There's a good offensive highlights. But yeah, right. So you add somebody that's really good into an already great defense, that's not frauds like the Eagles. Because I think their secondary, uh, even when their pass rush isn't getting there, which it's never, but in the rare occasions that they don't get there, they still can hold their own. Trayvon is kind of more fundamentally sound now. Our safety group is really good, and oh, sorry for the young guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, like even Darren Bland late in the season came into his own, and even Issy, right? Issy Mukamu. He was really awesome as the second cornerback on the other side of things. So hopefully with Gilmore, a top five defense becomes like the best defense in the league. And then adding Brandon Cooks is awesome. I'm hoping to see some jump though from other guys though. Of course, Gallup is uh oh my goodness, what's it called? The hope for right that he steps up after the ACL, which is always hard to do. ACLs are tough. I hope he comes back, but hopefully, like other guys step up too, that we're not all reliant on Michael Gallup. But yeah, Brandon Cooks, he offers speed, and that's sort of something that we were lacking in the wide receiver group. And hopefully, with his speed, the playbook kind of opens up, and just with his like the threat of verticality, you're kind of forced to run like either like a high safety shell or like a two safety shell, and that can hopefully make the run game better. Especially if Tony's going to be out for a few weeks, which I think he will be back right away, but I kind of don't want to push him too far. Um, because I want players to be healthy, and stuff. But yeah, I hope that Jalen Tolbert can step up though. Um, can step up a bit. I don't like how they basically gave the kid no shot last season, but everybody's saying that he looks good. He looks ready. He looks awesome this season compared to last season. So hopefully he can take that jump, get some playing time, and just be good. I do think, I always have hope in players, even though some people might not. Like, I still believe in Kellen Joseph, for instance, and I know everybody hates him. Or even like a few others, like, I don't like Josh Ball personally, like as a person, but like he has some merits as a player. Like he's a good run blocker, and that's worth something, even though some people might tell you not. Um, but yeah, I think I'm hoping that the Cowboys finally break the NFC championship curse. Might who knows? Might even make a Super Bowl. But I think that's the ceiling of the team. Super Bowl contending team. I wouldn't say that this is our window. It sort of is. Trayvon got his extension. Mike is gonna get like a crazy extension. We might not just have money in the near future. Though maybe that's not always true. The Cowboys do know how to draft. So big up. Love Will McClay. An awesome fella at drafting. Uh, Honestly, every time that he was not the one to draft in the first round, it's been a disaster. Like, yeah, talking about Taco Charlton, man, suck that man cannot play well in the NFL. He can't even be a journeyman. I think he's out of the league right now. Actually, I think he might be in with the Steelers. I don't know. He's not even with the team right now. I still wishing him well, though. Of course, we don't hate on players ever, unless unless like you're a Deshaun Watson or something, and we do hate on you. But yeah, I think Cowboys have a top five roster in the league. That might be a stretch. I think the O line is like top 10-ish. I mean, Zach Martin just by himself can carry an O line, to be honest. But they have Zach Martin. Then I think Steele would be great. And Tyler Smith, no matter where you put him, I think will be awesome. Hopefully Tyron is good. I think our best line is Tyron Smith. Well, both of the Smiths. right? Both T Smiths, Bediash, Biotish, I guess, and then Zach Martin and Terrence Steele on the right side of the line. I think that's your best line. Hopefully, it stays healthy, and it'll be a great time. Um, but then, wow, we've been doing this for an hour. But yeah, Tony. Hopefully, Malik Davis gets some run at the running back position. I'm hopeful that Deuce Bond is gonna be awesome. Um, right. I mean, I don't think I'm not that high on the running back group. I think it could be top half good though. Especially just with Tony. I hope he can replicate like being a top 10 running back again. That'd be pretty awesome. Honestly, I think he was top 5 running back last season, especially in most of the season. That might be a controversial. It might be a homer take. I'm gonna say that. Our wide receiver group is still not the greatest, even with Brandon Cooks. But I think hopefully, like top half would be good enough. Yeah, I just honestly with the receiver group, I guess the entire end group with Lucy, Noah Brown, and Dalton Schultz. I think that's just more positive than anything. And we could have done like adding ones, um, because um, Dalton Schultz could not catch a ball. He was bad. He was really bad. And Noah Brown literally cost like 3 interceptions last season. I think Dak, of course, is in the top 10 level quarterback. Everybody says, "Oh, well, the interceptions," but yeah, if you see the film, you will see why he had so many interceptions. Miscommunications from the wide receiver group. And, sometimes one of them, CD was responsible. Right? I mean, but that happens. Not everyone's perfect. Um, and then what's it called? Um, Dalton Schultz was also responsible for some of that. And then yeah, so those two guys, right? They made some interceptions, and even one of my favorite players last season. Which, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting his name. It was a rookie title. Um, what was his name? What's, what's, what was his name? Oh my goodness. What was it? Peyton Henderson. Yeah. He was still. I mean, he was decent. Yeah, he was responsible for a pick. I mean, just like and that happens, of course, and especially to younger players. Well, it should only happen to younger players, I think. But yeah, it happens. And then, like, I think the defense. I think the edge, especially, is gonna be crazy. Micah, D-Law, and it's kind of weird to say, but I think Sam Williams is gonna be so good. It's really good, even with like limited snaps. It's he's been awesome. Been really awesome. Uh, then we have a bolster of defensive tackle room with Mossy Smith, and I think Odedusua is honestly one of the most underrated players in the league, man. He's just awesome. He gets better and better every year. And I just know, man is going to be at a different level this season. Just you wait. Just you wait. And then, like, the quarterbacks with Stephon Gilmore, I'm really confident. You got Trevor Diggs, as some might say. You got Trevon, Stephon Gilmore. And then you got, what's it called? Darren Bland. It's going to be a scary time. And I think we have one of the best safety rooms, depth wise, most especially, but still talent wise, in Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker, and of course, one of the most underrated safeties of all time, I think, this in the past few years. That's Jaron Curse, Agent Zero. And then if we continue to have a good special teams like we've done the past few seasons with Underball, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. But to go to the Mavs, I like how we went younger. I think that's been a big thing I've never really understood. Luka's awesome. He is, right? Like at worst, top four player in the league, right? Like, and that's crazy to say. Man is only 24, and he's already he's competing for a top spot with an older Steph Curry. Well, I guess I think Steph Curry's still under the tier, below the two top guys, right? Which is obviously two guys that are in their primes, Jokic and Giannis, right? They're both. I think Jokic is 28 or 29, and Giannis is also the same age. I could be wrong. Yeah, Giannis is 28, and I think Jokic is 29. He's 1 year younger than the fraud in Philadelphia. And there's a lot of things in Philly, but frauds are always one of them. Oh, he's also 28, actually. But yeah, we do not like Joel Embiid in this household because he's a crybaby. And bro, you're 30, bro. Like, stop crying all the time. Yeah, I mean, of course, crying is good. That's like if you're a guy, but like, come on, man. You should not be butthurt over um an MVP. Like, it's fine. You're still a good player. You're a fraud in the playoffs though. But yeah, we've went younger, which that's always should have been the goal. I know Luke is so awesome that you really can't tank, but like just surround him with younger players, and I think he would have gotten it. Like if he carried old bad players. He could carry older. I mean, he could carry young players that are still developing. I really love the trade for Grant Will. Basically, trading away Reggie Bullock and still getting back a second was really awesome. And it kind of gets lost in the sauce a bit. But Grant Will is only 24. Like that's still really young. It's still not his prime yet. He's gonna enter his prime under the contract we gave him. And he does. Most importantly, he's a great open three guy. He knocks those corner threes. He has more offensive, I guess, potency than most of our guys that we did before. I love Bullock, but they just could not dribble to save their life. They're bad dribblers. Like, come on. But Grant will. He knows how to dribble a bit, well, more than a bit, I guess. Then I'm really high on Jaden Hardy. I think man is going to be a beast eventually. And then we drafted Zach Lively, as some might say, the next Tyson Chandler. But nah, I think it's gonna take a bit to gain that starting role, especially because the Maverick front office have a fetish with Dwight Powell, which hey man, you do you, I guess. That's pretty cool. And and I think most people, myself included, especially with the summer league, are really hopeful for Omax or or I guess if you want the full name, it's Olivier Maxence Prosper. I think he's just a great wing prospect. He's a little bit older. I'm pretty sure he's 21. If I'm not mistaken. So he's an older rookie. Yeah, he's an older rookie, but there's mumblings about other teams wanting him, specifically the Celtics. And I think he's just like the prototypical uh, wing defender and like wing player you kind of want now. Um, and that's not bad to have. That's not bad to have at all. Um, hopefully he can develop. Everybody's saying that the Mavericks are going to be like the 12th seed, the 13th seed. I do not understand. The West is deep, but with Luka hopefully being healthy for the whole season, Kyrie having an off season to gel with Luka, build up the team chemistry, an upgrade in Grant Will at the power forward position and not Reggie Bullock. Basically, I know how many non-Mavericks fans know this, but Reggie Bullock's really bad before December. He was awful before December. Yeah, one of the worst players in the league, awful, but he was only kind of the only option we really had. Grant Will is gonna make that better. Hopefully more competition within the center group. That's gonna make them a bit better too. Um, one more year of progression for Josh Green. He had a pretty underrated season last year, I think, and he's hopefully just gonna be more awesome. Um, and then the bench unit with guys like Omax and Lively. Uh, and I mean, hopefully we trade away Tim. I think that's a big thing, um, but Tim is a good bench piece. He's better as a starter. It's annoying though a lot of the time. Seth Curry is back. Like that's a great open shoot thing. I mean option that you have. There's like a lot of hopeful things in the season. But yeah, so I think that's um most that's it for this episode of the podcast. Again, sorry for taking so long to record this and publish it. I hope this is entertaining. I was only by myself, but I think hopefully it was good enough. Uh, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, Again, if you want to be featured in the CPL podcast, you can DM me. You can put it in the CPL podcast discussion uh, room. And I guess a little bit of spoilers. I'm planning on doing. I think I kind of got the 3 next episodes scheduled out. In no particular order. It might be Ty the guy 004, one of the best members, Maniacal Toaster, from the CPL League, just an OG member. I think he was he was literally a day one. And, of course, probably not soonish. It's gonna be soon, not like just super soon. I have, Byron and Adam, the two brothers of the SCBL. Um, in an episode, I know two SGBL members mentioned that they wanted to be, um, what's it called? It would be, yeah, like two council members, no, not council members. One council member and a normal replacement coach. Hopefully, uh, might be end them about it. Huh. But yeah, this was episode. I think this is 5. Let me double check. I mean, I just hate that I've been double checking everything. I'm sorry, guys. Uh, oh no, it's episode 6. Wow, I do not remember 6 episodes of this. Yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Listen to it on Spotify, Amazon Music, on Apple Podcasts now, and just have a great one, guys, and talk to you soon, hopefully.